This is Rush. Let's look at two highlights Godmaster explain if that's the way the Metroid shorts, that's the ranges. In three, two, one, play. Bill Nye.
I gotta be honest, guys. I'm really disappointed in this
Shit, shit, shit.
I just feel like Cherry really dropped the ball on this one. Nothing really seems to connect with the game, and a bunch of stuff that they promised in their updates is just completely missing. Something about God's is just wrong. I really don't know why he's going in this direction with the new This update sucks. It's almost like I accidentally downloaded and played an entirely different game, thinking it was a holiday game, because they have the really generic, but still somehow marketing. And so the final free update for Hollow Knight is here. Spoiler alert, Godmaster is fucking amazing. The new boss rush mode is fantastic and carefully crafted. The new bosses are mostly with one glaring exception. My boy Nod finally got its wings, and I'm so fucking happy. Yeah, he's still a little bitch, but he looks badass. But I'm sure you already knew what Godmaster was, so I'll just shut the fuck up and start talking about lore. Now there's a load of lore to so let's just start with the biggest new piece we got. Team Cherry has finally listened to their fans and given us more information on Supermonaman. In case you somehow forgot, Supermonaman is a giant fox. She's the creature responsible for all the parasite creatures wandering around underneath the City of Tears. So what's the new lore surrounding this thing? Well, there are statues
Please stop.
with these statues come short descriptions of each of the
Must I please? Must I? No. No. No.
According to the Hollow Knight lore, this thing
No.
is, or in other words, attractive, which means that Flukmarm is now canonically a MILF. Not only that, but
fucking
we have a new
damn it.
character
Must I
related to
please?
the Fluke Hermit. We meet Fluke Hermit high up in the junk pit, below the Nelson spot. She's surrounded by a pile of whatever, and she is poking a little Fluke with a stick. Dream nailing the Fluke Hermit shows that she's scared of her mother, who we know is Fluke. Maybe this is why she lives high up above where the other Flukes live.
That's unfortunate.
Gathers up the Fluke. You can see that the Fluke hideout is also in the room where the Flukmarm fight occurs. The Fluke Hermit also uses the words grow and little sisters, which makes me think she's trying to help her sisters grow from the materials she took from the Flukemarm room. Finally, if you wear the Fluke Nest charm and talk to the Fluke Hermit, because, well, you know, you killed her mom, and then she starts wondering if she's the new Flukmarm. So, what exactly is the point of this new character? Well, my guess is that
That's
more
actually
important since the new ending in
for the DLC.
To give us another Flukmarm boss fight. Either that, or Team Cherry just put her here to try and flesh out from the junk pit to the City of Tears. Another new character introduced in this update was the Pale Lurker. Unfortunately, there is nothing wrong with this girl. Do I know she's a girl? Well, that's what the French translation says. So I'm just going to assume that's right. She can be found behind the Colosseum of Fools and has a simple key in her possession. From a green you can see that this lady is bonkers. But from the Hunter's Journal entry, we know that her madness had nothing to do with the Radiant infection. The journal also mentions that the Pale is the champion of the Colosseum of Fools. With her name including the word Pale, the king's idol found in the the word king, I think it's safe to say that she's somehow connected to the Pale King. But other than that, I don't think she really helps us better understand anything connected to the Colosseum of Fools. Alright, it's time to talk about the Godseekers. The Godseekers origin is the Land of Storms. The player can actually travel to the Land of Storms in-game by completing each of the 5 Pantheons with all bindings. All the bindings at once, but it's still hard as fuck to do. The Land of Storms is a desolate wasteland with high winds, rain, and lightning. The area is just a straight pathway that leads to a room containing Godseeker masks on the ground. In the background, you can see the silhouettes of 2 large bugs. We can get a better view of these bugs by ripping the images from the game. The land of
Interesting,
storms
huh?
also contains an item that unlocks a journal entry for the weathered mask. The description of the mask says that it's from a godless land, and that the design of the mask allows the wearer to focus their thoughts through the crest.
That's interesting,
Also,
actually.
a poem titled Lament of the Godseekers, which explains that the previous gods that the Godseekers worshipped abandoned them. It's hard to say what the Godseekers did to cause them to
That's
worship
interesting,
them,
actually.
but it must have been something horrible.
Wow,
Or
got
it's
that.
possible that their gods just died. Maybe these symbols are other old gods' corpses. Regardless of why the old gods are gone,
Interesting,
their
interesting.
departure had a negative effect on the Godseekers, and it has to do with how the Godseekers' mind works. The Godseekers have a shared mind. The Godseekers we talk to in the game almost always say our mind, as if they share one
I'm
secret.
not the shit like that.
The Godseekers in Godhome also mention that their mind is a seer. With this shared mind, the Godseekers attempt to connect themselves to the gods. The description on the weathered mask mentions that the wearer's thoughts are focused through the crest of the mask. Through this focus that the Godseekers are able to communicate with the gods and ascend their own mind. The Godseeker in the Royal Waterways puts it best when she says the following: by attuning ourselves, we clutch at their greatness, their immortality, their unknowable.
That's what it's for.
During
Okay,
the
so.
Pantheon of Hallownest, the Godseeker also says, we live only to serve the gods, to seek them out. So what happens if there are no gods around for the Godseekers to witness? In their lament, the Godseekers mention a woeful silence after the gods of thunder. Also, there's this line from the Godseekers where they ask what gods will save them from their silent mind. So yeah, the Godseekers really want to be around gods, otherwise their mind suffers in silence.
That's
Which brings us to the next point of the story, the journey to Hallownest. Turns out there is yet another hidden area in the DLC.
Are you kidding for real? Actually?
The Godseeker in the Royal Waterways.
Okay, so.
Being taken to Godhome, we are taken to a strange area that looks similar to the Howling Cliffs. Here we see the Godseeker hiding in a cave next to a strange contraption. The Godseeker talks about how they will find their way to their new gods. After you look at the device, you get kicked out of the area and booted back into Godhome. This scene appears to be a memory from the Godseeker, showing her storms in order to find a new god. The device is likely an older version of the God Tuner, an item the knight receives after opening the door the Godseeker was sealed in. The God Tuner seems to have a couple of different abilities, one of which being the ability to create powerful beings. It is with this device that the Godseekers were able to find Hallownest, the Pantheon of Hallownest, just before the The Godseeker mentions that the lingering power of the Pale King's presence in Hallownest was what led the Godseekers to the kingdom. The Pale King's presence was picked up by the God Tuner, leading them straight into Hallownest. This is where things get a little weird. The next time we see the Godseeker, she's inside of a cocoon with a lock placed around her. The Godseeker probably didn't place these chains upon herself, unless she used some sort of reverse David Blaine maneuver. So it was probably she did this. In one of her dialogues, she mentions that her sleep was a forced hibernation. I think it's worth pointing out that this cocoon is also called a coffin. I speculated in the last video that it was the Pale King who locked the Godseeker up. This doesn't make sense, seeing as it was the Afterglow that led the Godseekers to Hallownest. So who else could have done this? Well, there's the Weavers, but it seems like they would use spells or school rather than chains and a key. So maybe it was one of the 5 great knights, possibly the Dung Defender, the Grey Mourner, or Hagamol, if he's or maybe it was Hornet. But it seems weird that she would tell the knight about the in Hallownest. So yeah, I'm clueless on this one. The Godseeker falls out and drops the God Tuner. When you first pick up the God Tuner, a description of the item pops up. It says, the gods of Hallownest, tune their power, through their strength, ascend. The Godseeker will tell the knight that they are listening to the gods, but that some of them are still distant and must be awoken. So it's up to us to seek the gods, and with the God Tuner, attune them to the Godseeker's mind. I don't know why the knight keeps agreeing to perform errands to all these random doesn't know it's allowed to say. And so, as you encounter all the different bosses in Hallownest, they become attuned to the Godseeker's mind, where they appear in both the Pantheon and the Hollow Gods. At this
Oh,
point,
okay
I want
then.
to point out that some of the bosses that are classified as gods are a little strange. Not sure
Hmm.
why anyone would
Okay then.
consider the massive moth starter to be a god. But hey, maybe the
Don't
God
get
Seekers
screwed.
know something. Maybe you could make a religion out
Oh
of
my
this.
god.
Anyways, let's
Wow,
talk
okay
about what
then.
happens inside of the God
There is
Seeker.
no this though.
The God Seeker starts off by calling the knight
No doubt.
rude. She then tells the knight to get lost because it is too puny to be in the home of gods. From this point, the player now has access to the Hall of Gods, a place where
That's
the
where statues
gods
were.
are the
Oh,
wisest
I love it so much.
but the main thing we want to look at are the pantheons. This is
Oh,
where
so
all
we're
the
going.
bosses for the update can be found, including the Nail Masters, Sly, the Pure Vessel,
Oh
and the
shit,
Gods.
really? God damn,
These
okay then.
bosses weren't integrated into the base game, so it appears that the God Seekers can attune with at least some beings without needing the knight to go fuck them up.
Oh my god.
Let's look at the Nail Masters first. Unfortunately, we didn't gain much new lore from them. The first fight is between Oro and Mato. In his Dream Nail dialogue, Oro mentions how his path is his alone, which is pretty much what he said in the base game. Mato's most interesting line is, "Don't leave me behind."
Oh
Really
man, that's sad.
Probably the
That's
best part
like,
about the fight is this moment.
oh, that's actually, yeah,
I
dude.
want to say that in this moment, Oro and Mato are setting aside their differences and working together to try and beat the shit out of the evil creatures. Inspiring.
Oh my god.
Shio
Well,
is
dude.
philosophical on us in his Dream Nail dialogue, saying stuff like, "What is a god if not an artist?" And, "Are we all seeking something different?" Well, I'm seeking lore, and this shit is a waste of time in my opinion.
So,
How
wow,
am I supposed to
damn,
learn how
seriously?
actually make something of myself and achieve
Jesus.
self-actualization?
Damn,
Yeah,
what's
right.
dog?
Sly's new dialogue doesn't add any new lore either. He's still a badass boss though. I especially like the part where he's jumping all over the fucking wall. But
What doesn't give a
to
dude?
the Nail Masters.
Fucking Yoda, dude.
Also, what's the deal with Sly's voice? Does Team Cherry just let any random person off the street record lines from the characters?
Wow,
Of course,
dude,
these
dude.
bosses each have their own entries in the Hunter's Journal. They still don't give us any new
That's
lore.
unfortunate.
But
That's
there is
so
some interesting
bosses,
stuff
I
related to the
think.
God Seekers.
Oh shit.
Each entry includes a prayer from the God Seekers. In each of these entries, the God Seekers
Ah.
make clear that they are looking for one God in particular, the one they call the God of Gods. This God of
So
Gods
it is
is
really?
what
So
they're
it's
referring to.
like actually?
During each of the pantheons, the God Seeker will show up and talk with the knight. For the first three pantheons, he just talks about how we're going to get crushed by the gods. But the fourth pantheon is where things start to get interesting. This dialogue happens right before the battle with the Pure Vessel, which is a younger version of the Hollow Knight. The God Seeker explains that while the Hollow Knight's body is currently in a state of ruin, the glory of its pure form still endures. She then says that the Pure Vessel's power will attune her to the God of Gods. If you dream nail her, she also says that they are seeking the God sleeping within her. The God Seeker also ponders the connection the knight shares with the Hollow Knight before stopping herself. She then freaks out, claiming that we are sowing blasphemy in her name. To me, this is a really important moment. God Seekers are finally starting to take the knight seriously. This could be a sign that the God Seekers are beginning to attune with the knight. This is important because it seems as though attunement is a two-way street. The God
That's
Seekers
real
are
seriously.
the God, and when they do so, the gods will gain strength. The Pure Vessel is a prime example of this. But let's put a pin in that discussion, because we need to talk about the Pure Vessel. This boss helps us better understand an important aspect of the Hollow Knight. The question of how the Hollow Knight grew has generated a lot of theories, and while my theory never really gained any traction, there was another theory that floated around for a while. This theory basically stated that the Hollow Knight's growth was due to it taking on the infection. The evidence for this is a lot of other creatures in Hollow Knight that changed form due to the infection. This new boss
Good point, Austin. Oh, kind of dumb.
infection. The Hunter's Journal entry for the Pure Vessel says the following: Chosen Vessel, raised and trained to prime form. I think this is the best explanation we're going to get.
Oh, snap,
All
okay
was
then.
raised and trained to prime form, so that's why it looks different than the other vessels. Another interesting thing about the Pure Vessel is that it has both of its arms. Alright, boys and girls, it's time to dive into some speculation.
Oh, well, here we go. Okay then.
Dream Nail the Pure Vessel. But what's interesting is that there is Dream Nail dialogue for it in the game's code.
Oh, shit, for
The
real?
Hollow Knight in the base game, But in that instance, there was a ton of other unused dialogue that got left in. With the Godmaster update, there really isn't too much
There's
unused
like one
dialogue,
dialogue.
which makes me think that Team
The
Cherry
dialogue shows up.
these are the pure vessel's actual thoughts. We just aren't allowed to see them in game. If this is true, then the fact that it has dialogue at all indicates that the pure vessel isn't truly hollow. Looking at what the dialogue says is pretty depressing, honestly. The Hollow Knight is basically just telling itself to stop thinking. So if the Hollow Knight is actually thinking these thoughts, then that means it must have been told what its purpose was, probably by the Pale King. So it knows what's at stake, and it knows it isn't truly hollow, so it's trying its best to keep itself from thinking or feeling anything for the sake of the kingdom.
Actually, it's sad.
So badly to save from the infection, but that feeling, that desire, that hope, was ultimately what is kind of ironic, don't you think?
Oh my god, damn it!
After the battle, we get this cutscene.
I should love that song, god damn it. I should love that song, god damn it. Oh shit. Telltale screen, baby. And the Lord answering it. Wrong
Same
song.
Hollow Knight in the same pose it makes after teleporting somewhere. It then looks up and catches the Hollow Knight's eye holes. This stare seems to imply some sort of camaraderie.
Oh, that's...
This camaraderie
That's
is
really
vessels who observe this in silence. There's definitely room for more interpretation here, but I personally don't think that there's much else going on. Then a light shines down from above, and we hear the Radiance's trademark roar. We then hear another roar as a wave of light covers the screen. So we are all
what effort's called. International.
But what is this new roar we hear? The name of
The Lord, baby.
roar comes from something called the Shade Lord. We're going to be seeing the Shade Lord a little bit later, so let's table this discussion for now.
That's awesome.
Before we move on. There's a lifeblood room that can be accessed in Godhome.
Oh, okay, so...
8 binding challenges in the Pantheons to open the door. Inside, there is an object you can strike to activate lifeblood cocoons that will show up during the Pantheon. On top of that, you can also see a friendly Abyss cocoon. So what does this tell us about the Abyss
Oh, shit, the heck? Okay.
Other than that this thing is a god, which is obvious. Some of the bosses in Godhome have new Dreamnail dialogue. Hornet appears to know that she's been pulled into Godhome, but she seems unsure of what exactly is going on. From looking at his Dreamnail dialogue, it's obvious that Grim is fully aware of what is happening. In fact, he even bows to Godseeker before his fight. Both of these characters have some sort of godlike status.
That's very, very interesting.
As
The
for
hell?
her father was the Pale King, so she is like half higher being, or whatever. So this is probably
So her sister, yay.
And now we move on to the 5th and final Pantheon. This is where you have to fight almost every single boss in the game without dying. Yeah, it's hard as fuck. In fact, it's harder than fuck. If this is fuck, then this is the Pantheon Power. The biggest problem people seem to have with this Pantheon is that there are new enemies to the game locked behind the 43 boss gauntlet.
That's fair, honestly.
This would upset people. Personally, I don't think Team Cherry made the wrong choice by putting new endings behind such a difficult challenge, but I also wouldn't be mad if they made it a little more accessible either. When we first see the
That's
God
also fair to ask.
she marvels at how far we've come, and she tells us that the Godseekers have been listening closely to us.
Oh, okay, that...
This is important. The Godseekers are beginning to pay attention to us. If the Knight talks to us, will tell it to continue its climb and to continue its search. We then see the Godseeker talking about a few of the other gods of power. Okay, so I don't know why I've been pronouncing this as Un. The spelling indicates it as Un. I guess Un just sounds more like the name for a slug. I don't know. Sorry. Basically, the Godseeker confirms that Un's strength has faded from her life. This is
what it says here, actually.
to her children in Green Path.
Okay, then.
Next
Alright.
is the White Lady. The Godseeker says that the White Lady is easily able to avoid the attunement process, as if she is intentionally to avoid detection. If you dreamnail her, the Godseeker says something else that's important. The chance of meeting is too rare, but thine resonates. Could you be one of them?
I gotta be basically.
We know next to nothing about the White Lady. could this be a hint at future character development for everyone's favorite tree lady thing? Finally, we have the Pale King. The Godseeker mentions that the afterglow lays heavy on the kingdom of Howland. He also says this: a god so strong, yet erased so completely. How could it happen? I think she is referring to the death of the Pale King here. Now, if you believe that the White Palace in the Kingdom of Mind is real and not a dream, and you don't think that the Pale King reincarnated a second time somehow, then you would probably think that the Pale King is definitely dead. But like the Godseekers, we don't actually know what killed the Pale King. I think that Team Cherry is going to actually give us an answer to this question in the upcoming or, maybe they'll just give us more clue coming in instead. After this, all that's left are two more battles, the first of which being with the Pure Vessel. After defeating it, the Radiance reveals herself. But this isn't your daddy's Radiance.
Oh shit, here we go.
She's got blades that curve, attacks that overlap on each other, and there's this really tricky section at the end where she goes full ballistic on the knight. If you're able to dodge all that bullshit, and the knight shell breaks, and it turns into this giant 8 eyes, the Shade Lord. This giant creature doesn't just consume the Radiance like in the Dream of the Night ending, it completely destroys it. One important thing to notice about this fight is that as the Void comes up to confront the Radiance, there are no shades inside. This is quite different from the first fight. If we go back to the cutscene from we see the Void under the screen along with all of the vessels. I think this is establishing that the Shade Lord itself was responding to the Radiance's call, whereas in the regular it was the fellow Shades coming to help the Knight. The Shade Lord covers over the vessels may also indicate that the vessels, or the Shades, have actually become a part of the Shade Lord.
Okay, alright.
Why am I calling this thing the Shade Lord? It is never called this in-game, but there are files in the code that refer to it as the Shade Lord. It has also been referred to as the God of Gods, but I see that as more of a title. I'm just going to call this thing a Shade Lord for now. Also because I've already said God like 128 times in this video.
God damn.
How did this become this? Let's start by looking at the Knight statues in the Hall of Gods. If you are able to defeat every boss in the Hall of Gods, you will given access to a room containing a statue of the Knight. This statue will take 3 different forms depending on what difficulty you will beat each boss on. The first statue simply shows the Knight in its traditional bug form. The statue gives you the following description: not bug, nor beast, nor god. Examining the statue will also give you an entry in the Pepper's journal for an item called the Void Idol. The Void Idol is described as a rare item before Howland. It also says that the idol contains a drop of liquid from the abyss. There is a quote from Godmaster Lens saying that the ancient bugs worship the darkness itself. The second statue takes the form of the Knight during the ending of the race.
Oh shit, that's what it says. Okay, that's such a weird.
Says, Void given form. I think this is referring to the fact that once the Knight obtained the Void Idol, he was able to command the Void the Radiance.
Alright, then.
The Void Idol description for this statue states, volatile liquid of the abyss rise within. This implies that while the Void has formed, it isn't complete. The final statue takes the form of the creature that we see in the Embrace the Void ending. Interestingly, the description for this statue has actually been changed since the first release of Godmaster. In 1.4.2.4, it said, Void given mind.
Oh shit,
Since update 1.4.2.8, it now reads, Void given focus.
What's the difference? Why does it matter?
A rare artifact from a time before Howlanest. Its spires twined in a unified form. Contains a large amount of liquid from the abyss. Perfectly still. In this last form, we can see that the calm, as if something has total control over it. Hopefully, all of this information didn't confuse you. I wanted to give you context.
That's awesome.
Basically, all we have to figure out is if the Void is given form, because this is how the Lord Shade came to be. I'm going to present my current theory on how this happened. I think there's plenty of room for other interpretations, and I would love to hear them in the comments below. Let's start with the God Gem. Remember what the item description was when we first picked it up? Seek the gods of Howland, train their power. Through their strength, ascend.
To God yourself, basically?
This attunement happens through combat.
Can't we assist it?
The Godseeker explains. Through sacred combat will be attuned to this kingdom's greatest beings. When redoing the Pantheon of the Night, the Godseeker asks us if we too are seeking to attune with the gods, implying that it is also possible for the Knight to do so. Which means this line from the Godseeker also applies to the Knight.
Yeah,
To thee, and ascend ever higher. So, what does it mean to ascend? Well, the Hall of Gods features ascended versions of all of the bosses.
It's stronger than
the
original
versions. So I think it's safe to say that ascension makes a being more powerful.
Yes,
The
that's
absolute radiance. The flavor text for getting the Embrace the Void achievement reads, ascend the Pantheon of Halloween. Take your place. So the Knight attunes to the bosses through combat and ascends them when it beats the Pantheon of Halloween. But what exactly drives all of this? What is it that allows the attunement and ascension to happen in the first place? Well, the Godseekers have to be involved, because none of this confusing attunement garbage was important until they showed up. But what is it about the Godseekers that makes them special? They aren't gods. Junk Pit admits this herself when she says, "You must think us godly, amusing, foolish." So what is it about the Godseekers that makes them so special? It all goes back to the mask allows the wearer to focus their thoughts. In the Pantheon of the Sage, the Godseeker tells us the following. Until through godly focus do we attain communication with the great power sleeping in the kingdom's heart. I think this godly focus is what makes God Home work. It's what allows creatures to be attuned back to their prime forms, and what allows them to be more powerful through ascension. All of the abilities that the Godseekers have come back to this godly focus. For the first 4 pantheons, the Godseekers have no interest in the Knight, seeing it as a weak and meager cringer.
What the hell,
At the end of the Pantheon of the Night, however, the Knight is beginning to get into her mind. Not long after this moment, we hear the Lord Shade's roar for the first time. Once the Knight makes it to the Pantheon of Hallownest, the Godseeker starts paying attention and listening to us. By the time the Knight has finally gained radiance, all the focus from the Godseekers is being pointed towards this tiny little bug. And with all that godly focus being directed right at the Knight, who just so happens to be unified with the Void thanks to Void Heart, it finally makes a formal appearance. The Godseekers have given focus to the Void. Before we get into the ending cutscene, I wanted to talk about the new Ren quote. It reads, "Inspired or mad, those ancient gods. They devoted their worship to no lord, but to the very darkness of the This pretty much confirms that the ancient civilization before Hallownest worshipped the Void. To what extent, we don't know. Did they worship the Lord Shade, or just the Void in general? Did the Lord Shade even exist in the past, or did it only come into being because of the Godseekers? A more involved Void does jive nice with the Radiance of Hallownest, which he calls the Night ancient enemy.
The Void
just combat this Void monster in the past?
Okay.
Cutscene. So the Lord Shade comes down from the sky and gives the Godseeker a friendly hug. You can hear the Godseeker's voice in the scene, and to me, it sounds like she's more in awe than she is scared. The Godseekers were looking for a most powerful god, and now there's one in her presence. Also, in Godseeker mode, Godseeker gets off to being pulverized by a god, so this all makes sense. After this scene, we see the Void racing out of the Godseeker in the junk pit. The Void then erupts out of it, seemingly unleashing itself into the land of Hallownest. The final scene takes place in the Temple of the Black Egg. Hornet watches as the Radiance's infection fades away, and we hear the sound of footsteps. A figure appears in front of the camera, and Hornet prepares herself for battle. We can tell from this scene that the Radiance is truly dead, since the infection is fading away. Why does killing the Radiance in Godhome kill the real Radiance? Since the Radiance is in the world, maybe they works in a different way than normal. One of the Godseekers in Godhome says, "A bridge." Maybe all the Godseekers did was find a way to bridge to Godhome with the dream inside the Hollow Knight's mind. Getting back to the cutscene, some people have said that the infection is being turned into Void, but I think these vines are just normally that way. Let's talk about the approaching Hornet at the end of the cutscene. It's obviously we hear its chains rattling, we see the bottom part of its shell, and we also see its nail. And since the Radiance is dead, the Hollow Knight would presumably no longer be infected. But this does raise the question.
That's
How
enough
is it possible for Hollow Knight
fighters.
to free itself from the chains? This doesn't make a lick of goddamn sense to me.
Okay then.
Seriously, did he somehow pull off some sort of reverse David Blaine maneuver? I mean, I get what Team Cherry is trying to do. After all, ending it with Hornet just standing there like a dumbass wouldn't have been that exciting. But it still bothers me. This ending totally caught me off guard. I honestly thought the Hornet DLC was going to be a prequel. In fact, I had a whole video plan where I was going to go through and predict what I thought would happen.
It might
Luckily,
still
I
be
was
a
too lazy
people.
to get that done before this update came out.
It might still be a
Now
people
that the
though.
new ending
Or a
seems
sequel as
to
well.
get a sequel,
It's
I'm
still,
actually
it
really
might,
excited. The Shade Lord
it
looks
might still be a
absolutely terrifying,
prequel.
and I have no idea how Hornet is going to stand any chance against it. Yeah, I don't think Ferrigno's going to do shit. However, thanks to an alternate ending, we do have an idea of how the Void might be defeated. If the player has successfully delivered the delicate flowers to the grave in the Queen's garden, more flowers will begin to grow.
Alright,
These flowers
Jack.
can be taken to various other NPCs in the game.
Go to all the
Probably
places.
what Team Cherry meant by romantic options. Still can't give one to my waifu though. Taking the
Good
flowers
Christ.
to the God Seeker unlocks an alternate ending, where the God Seeker and the Void disappear, presumably stopping the Void from killing
Okay then.
The
Alright.
description of the flower says that it glows with a pale light, which gives me a sign
Godly, I
of a
guess.
connection to the Pale King. Turns out that's not true. Eternal Emilicia tells us that the flower's pure aura is no match for the light of the Pale King. The White Lady also tells us that the flower is not even from Alan, implying that mysterious Samir brought it with her from some other world. We have no clue where it is, but there is something about the mysterious Samir that is worth pointing out. After the flower
Speaking of
Samir knocks the fuck out of existence, similar to how the delicate flower caused the God Seeker to also
that
disappear.
sucked.
That's about all we know for now. It seems pretty likely that the Hornet DLC will get further into what exactly is going on here. And that's it. That's all the lore I can mercilessly beat out of this update.
Damn, get hooked.
Okay, there's one
Oh
more.
shit, really?
You can now
Okay.
find the Nailsmith's
That's
Tower
a reason
in
to
the
cut.
water near the jump pit. I'm glad Team Cherry gave us that image. But yeah, that's it.
That's what to do.
Well,
To
there's
do,
also
to
the
do.
Turn This is a minigame
Oh,
of sorts where you have to fend off against an endless stream of Zotes.
What the
It's
fuck
really
are you
cool,
kidding
but
me?
there isn't any lore to it.
Really?
For some reason, Team Cherry
That's
didn't
hilarious,
add
actually.
additional Zote rings.
That's
This
hilarious.
is unacceptable.
Damn.
Alright,
The
I
fuck
actually
so.
am done this time. There's nothing left in the game to
I
do.
don't believe you, son.
But there is
Da,
something
da,
left
da,
in the
da, da, da.
glorified charms. In case you hadn't noticed, they kind of don't actually exist. Luminous
Damn.
charms would have required the entire game to be reversed so that the
Damn,
would
okay.
break everything, but Team
Can't
Cherry
tell
put
that
out a
basically.
log update saying why the charms were
That's unfortunate, actually.
so I don't really know for sure. This update is still amazing regardless, but it is still a bit of a bummer. I just hope Team Cherry focuses on how the charms were going to work at some point in the future. So where does this update leave us? This isn't 100% confirmed, but it looks like Halness is about to get totally fucked by the
Da,
update.
da,
And it's up to
da,
Hornet to
da,
stop
da,
How she do that?
da.
Well, I know. That's Team Cherry's problem now. They're the ones who have to come up with a solution to the problem that actually makes sense. I mean, I'll try and figure it
Da,
out.
da,
My
da.
solution can be as ridiculous as I want, as long as I put
This is a cool dude, honestly.
That's the beauty of having a war channel.
I vote.
Speaking of which, I know this happened like 2 months ago, but thanks to 10,000 subscribers. I've really enjoyed being able to make these
Hey,
videos.
Paul. Sorry for checking all three. Awesome. That's all three.
Some of the other
That's
websites
really
like
sweet.
Twitter and Discord and Reddit and LinkedIn. I promise to continue doing whatever it is that I'm doing. See you in 12 weeks.
Alright. Damn. Paul. Such interesting stuff to be asked. This is about how the hell starts war. It's insane. Paul. Sorry, not to say that I empty. To you. And guys, took it. I'm going to see you in the video. No, guys. At the end of the video, I would just like to thank my current subscribers on YouTube and my Patreon. and my patrons on Patreon. If you enjoyed the video, please like or comment on the video if you would like to. And if you enjoyed the channel, please support me and subscribe. You can find the links to my Patreon and Twitter, as well as links to reactions and videos in the description down below. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do. There are many rewards you can get, and I appreciate it. And like my favorite anime reviewer would say, sayonara, bye bye.